Hi everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of May 23 to May 29. If you enjoy my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and share, and also push the notifications bell so that you don't miss anything that comes up. If you want to reach me for a more personal consultation, you can find me on my platform www.kassiekai.com, where you will get 3 free minutes with your subscription to use in your first reading, and also more free minutes every month as a gift. Today's deck is the Muka Tarot, inspired by the Art Nouveau. For Aries we had the Hermit and now the Five of Wands. With the Hermit last week you decided to go it alone with something, to find your own solutions and answers without necessarily bothering about how others think or how others see you. With the Five of Wands this week, it's the same energy that's playing out, but in a different way, because the Five of Wands means that you want to stand out somehow and to beat up competition, and the difference between the two is that the Hermit is the mental, the psychological process, while the Five of Wands is you taking action on those thoughts, solutions and ideas you had last week. So now you will actively go after what you want, but expect that others will not make it easy for you. You will have to face resistance and opposition, but you will also receive guidance and insight, so it's important to trust your intuition at this stage. If you want to know how someone feels about you, it appears that they are struggling with their feelings at the moment. They feel attracted to you, there's no doubt about that, but perhaps they don't know what to do and how to go about it. Also, they may feel that they have a rival, especially if there's another person around you, or if you are interested in someone who's with another person at the moment. The Five of Wands always shows competitiveness, so they are comparing themselves with another, or they are feeling they are not good enough. The Five of Wands is Saturn in Leo, and that means that you may find it difficult to get other people's approval, either in personal or professional relationships, and that's probably because other people cannot really understand your needs, and you may also find that someone is trying to control or direct your actions, and it's very important these days to get in touch with your needs and to express yourself openly, because there might be a tendency to overlook those needs and deny yourself pleasure, thinking that you should push yourself as hard as you can. Energetically, Friday seems to be the strongest day this week, and make a note for the dates between July 22 and August the 1st, because it's then that you are going to really stand out and experience a big victory. For Taurus, we had the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. The Sun must have manifested as some positive energies in your life, positive connections, but also you must have learned the truth of a situation as something came to light and you were able to see something from a very different angle. Now the Wheel of Fortune foretells there will be a very significant event this week, not necessarily something life-changing, but it will have a karmic or fated feel. There will be a change this week. The message of this card is always change, and it also represents some ups and downs, so volatility will be the theme of this week, but with the Sun's energy still around you, change will be positive. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, there are fluctuations in their feelings, and you may find that they are not stable or consistent enough. However, if things have been rocky with them lately, expect that this week things will get better, and since the Wheel of Fortune is the card of Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, expect that this week there will be blessings and synchronicities that will turn the tables in a positive way, and you'll get the chance to finally make things work for you and not against you. This week, Destiny's powers are in play, and events may feel random and chaotic at first glance, but you will soon realize that there is a certain dynamic, an almost mystical power that pushes you to move ahead in a way that you won't have to make much effort. If you want to know how something will progress, don't be surprised if you see big shifts. For instance, people who were opposed to your plans are now becoming your allies, or someone who left your life now comes back again. Keep in mind that the energy of the wheel is mobile and it can change direction easily. Therefore, we need to keep ourselves balanced on it if we want to have control over our destination. We do need to assess things before they change again and to be aware that things can change instantly. Opportunities can and will arise, but they can also vanish just as quickly. For Gemini, we had the Chariot and now the Hierophant. This is a week of apologies and confessions between you and another person, as the Hierophant shows. Especially after the Chariot you had last week, which is a card of contrasts and differences. There might have been an argument or a disagreement you had with someone last week, or it's just that your needs and your expectations were not aligned. This week you will probably get the chance to make a deal with this person, an agreement, even if that agreement is to agree to disagree. If you want to know how someone feels, they feel a spiritual connection to you. Perhaps they think that you are their soulmate, or they think they have a karmic connection or karmic bond to you. For some of you, this could manifest in a different way. It can be a platonic relationship where the other fears that sex would ruin the connection and they are avoiding it. And that could be for many reasons. For instance, maybe they are committed to another. The Hierophant is the card of commitments anyway, or you are committed to another. In any case, this is a very complex energy, and it's possible that you will not be able to easily figure out the feelings of someone. Give this connection time to show its real potential. This week it's better to be conservative, to follow the beaten path. Keep in mind that this is not a good time for innovations or big risks. Try to do the right thing in your relationships, and you will find that if you do that, others will respond in a positive way. Now, if someone has been stubborn and rigid, as the Hierophant can be in his negative manifestation, that's because they are feeling under pressure and they are trying to defend themselves, especially if we are talking about a relationship that's a little unconventional and out of the societal standards, in which case it's best that you let them come to terms with the situation and let them come to you. The Hierophant can be someone who's a Taurus sun or ascendant, or generally an earth sign, someone that will play a significant role this week, and they will probably offer you their protection or assistance in something, and they can help you achieve a certain goal. Also, you may hear good news from an institution, an organization for a religious, educational, professional, or social purpose. Make a note for Friday and Saturday, as those appear to be the strongest days this week. For Cancer, we had the Page of Cups and now the Four of Cups. We have two water cards and cups are feelings, which means that the relationships and emotional situations will be in your focus again this week. Perhaps you started something new last week. The Page of Cups marks a new beginning in your love life, or a new beginning in something you enjoy doing. The Four of Cups is a stage that comes after you take the first steps in something and you stop to assess a situation. The Four of Cups often shows boredom and apathy. Perhaps things do not move as you would like them to move and you are feeling a little antsy, wondering what comes next, or waiting for someone to make a move and make something happen. This will not be a week of fast developments and fast progress. It will be a week to explore what is around you, because there are elements that you are not seeing yet. Maybe you are focusing too much on what you don't want instead of what else you can find around you, but something will be offered to you for sure, but it may not be exactly what you want, and you will be thinking about it, whether to accept it or not. And again, don't accept it if you don't explore all your options. When it comes to how someone feels about you, the Four of Cups shows stability that at times can be perceived as stagnation, especially if you want someone to express more of what they feel, but this person may not be aware of that need of yours. Maybe they don't understand that what they show you is not enough for you. Or for some of you, this means that you are not happy in a relationship and what your partner offers to you is not enough, but you are not ready yet to end it, and in a way you are feeling immobilized, not being ready to make a decision. But that's okay, you should not rush to make a decision at the moment. take a month to decide. The Four of Cups is very slow anyway, so take a few more weeks and see how you feel. Thursday seems to be an important day this week, and key dates seem to be between July the 12th and July the 21st, so the energies of this week will probably culminate around that time. The Four of Cups astrologically is the moon in Cancer, a very sensitive placement for the moon, which is in your sign too, so this week you will feel that you understand other people's emotions very well, but also your emotions will make more sense to you. For Leo we had the World and now the Five of Swords. The World is a completion of a stage, a moment when something comes to an end or a cycle is being completed, and maybe you experienced a closure or some sort of completion last week. And also the World is associated with traveling and people from foreign countries. This week is the Five of Swords, and that's a card of contrasts. So there will be a disagreement with someone, and there may be an intense power struggle in one of your relationships. Under the energy of the Five of Swords, we are often blinded to what our purpose is, to what we really want to do, and we often fight for the sake of it. It's about who wins basically, at times without taking into account the consequences. So someone may challenge you this week. In a way you will feel that you need to defend yourself or to put them in their place, and there will be a very strong urge to do that, especially if you have a history of fights with this person and you keep fighting over the same issues, the same things, and energies may get too intense now. If you want to know how someone feels, their feelings are not very positive at the moment. If you had an argument with them, they are still under the effect of your fight and they cannot think straight. This is not a good week to have sensitive conversations, especially if you sense that people around you or the one you are interested in are ready to fight. On the other hand, if there is something you want to achieve, this card tells you to go for what you want in a way that's very assertive. So if you're going to negotiate something, do it in a confident and even forceful way. The Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius, and that means you will have a detached approach when it comes to relationship. But that's good in a sense, because you will be able to see things with the eyes of reason and not through rose-tinted glasses. Which means that you will also be able to see through lies and deception, and if someone tries to trick you in any way, you will probably respond in a way that will be rather intimidating, and maybe that's what is needed. Friday is the day you will experience this energy the most, so make a note for that day. For Virgo we had the Judgment and now the Empress. You must have dealt with someone or something from your past, as under this energy we often attract people from the past, not always in an easy or positive way, because the Judgment is considered the karmic card. At times it's about lessons we need to learn and patterns we need to release. And through our circumstances, life gives us the chance to heal in order to improve our lives or our relationships, especially if there are certain energies we keep repeating, like automatic responses that can be even unconscious. The Judgment is also news from the past, and maybe you heard from someone you hadn't heard in a while, and now you got the Empress, and that's an energy of abundance, and it basically means that your life will be full this week. Since that's also a love card, it shows improvement in love and relationships, and you can expect that someone will show you they love you, they show you they care, very possibly through acts of service, not necessarily through words. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, their feelings are warm and solid, and you will notice that feelings are getting stronger, and someone who's been distant and cold will be warmer and more loving. You will feel that you are making progress in things that you want to make progress. The Empress is a strong earth card, so whatever you create this week has the potential to be long-lasting. You will find yourself feeling attracted to nature this week, and you may decide to visit the countryside, or you will go for a picnic, or you will even decide to get a pet. The Empress is associated with Venus, that's why Friday, the day of Venus, seems to hold the strongest energy. Also, you may hear news about pregnancy, or a new element will come into play, a new beginning that will be offered to you, or a new project that's being born. For Libra, we had the Six of Swords and now the Strength. The Six of Swords moves you away from stressful situations or from situations that are stuck and draining, so you must have taken some distance from something or someone last week. But this week with the Strength, you will probably decide to try again to make something happen. If you decided to give up on something or someone, now you will change your mind and you will make some more effort and give it another shot. When it comes to feelings, the Strength indicates that someone tries to control their feelings, which means that they do have feelings, but at times they are too strong, too intense, and they are trying not to show how they feel. That can happen for many reasons. So for instance, they think that showing their feelings will compromise the situation, or they feel they will appear weak, which is the last thing they want, or they are just trying to control things between you. So what they will show you will be rather limited, and I expect that you will sense what they are doing, because you will see that their actions and reactions are not authentic or spontaneous. You will feel that their ways are forced and reserved. If you want to know how something will progress, there will be slow but steady steps. The Strength is about coming to terms with the limitations of a situation and accepting that proceeding with force or impatience will not be the wise decision. Since the energy of the Strength usually causes a slowdown, things will move rather slowly this week, and there will be a tendency to control impulses and spontaneity, so it's possible that something you expect, like a message or an invitation, will be delayed and you will receive it at a later time. The Strength is a fire card, and astrologically it's associated with Leo, so it's possible that you will have dealings with people that are fire signs, especially Leos, and you are a fire sign too, so there will be compatibility. But at the same time, there can be power struggles and the desire to control a situation. The end of the week seems to hold the strongest energy now, while in approximately 8 days there will be a significant development that will somehow change the energy. Or the 8th of the next month will be an important day for you, so make a note for that day. For Scorpio, we had the Queen of Pentacles and now the Eight of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles focuses on practical matters, career, money, but also the practical aspects of a relationship, like sharing, balance, and what each one of us takes in a relationship or not, and whether that sharing is fair and equal. The Eight of Wands is a very fast energy, so first of all, you will notice that things are speeding up this week. If there have been delays, now you will notice that the flow will be faster and smoother. So if something you've been waiting for last week didn't happen or was delayed, you can expect that this week will happen. Also, there will be a surprising and unexpected event that may have to do with traveling. You may have to travel unexpectedly, or someone will come to visit you and it will be a surprise for you, or you will plan a trip. Generally, the Eight of Wands shows that you will achieve a goal, so something that you want will materialize this week, and it will be in a very fast and efficient way. If you want to know how someone feels, there's strong attraction, intense sexual energies, so temperature will rise in your sexual life, and they will make a move that will surprise you, something you don't expect, something that could even appear to be out of character, or something that will show a big change compared to last week's energies. There will be a lot of electricity and also a lot of chemistry. The Eight of Wands astrologically is Mercury in Sagittarius, and that means there will be talks about the future, you will make plans, or you will talk about the future of a relationship, and that's why this is also a good week to practice visualization. You can make a visualization board that will keep you stay focused on your goals and dreams. The Eight of Wands shows that the time is exactly right to act, so if you want to make a move, to take initiative or get something done, there's a doorway that's opening now, but it will be open for a short period of time and will soon shut again. So this week there will be some kind of opportunity or opening for you that you should try not to miss. For Sagittarius, we had the Eight of Cups and now the Three of Cups. With the Three of Cups, you probably have had thoughts of leaving a situation behind, something that doesn't serve you anymore, or something that was not aligned with your expectations, and you decided to move on and try different things. The Eight of Cups is always a calling, something better or something more interesting that you find appealing. This week with the Three of Cups there will be someone or a group of people that will join you and will follow you in this new path. That means you and another person will be on the same wavelength finally, wanting the same thing. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, but that doesn't necessarily refer to a friend. It can very well refer to someone who has the same energy as you, the same goals and the same needs. The Three of Cups is often a meeting, a get-together, usually with more than one person, so you will gather with people socially or to cooperate on something. There will be very positive energies in that meeting. You will feel satisfied, you will have a great connection, and the same you will notice if you are wondering about someone's feelings. Their feelings are getting deeper, more loving and more caring. And don't be surprised if you start to feel attracted to a friend of yours or a friend of yours starts flirting with you. The Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is the way we think, the way we communicate, and Cancer is sensitive and emotional, so our talks will revolve around feelings, and our feelings will color the nature and the quality of our conversations. Also, communications will be more mellow and more positive, so if someone acted up in the previous weeks or was distant and unresponsive, this week you will notice improvement and there will be progress and more flow in your communications. Wednesday seems to hold the strongest energy this week, so that's probably when you will feel the influence of this card the most. While between 2 and 11 July, you will probably attend a very significant event or celebration. For Capricorn, we had the Hierophant and now the Magician. Both cards are very spiritual, but each one in its own way. The Hierophant can be a mentor, a guide, a protector, many times an older, wiser person, so maybe you connected with such a person last week, but the Magician is basically magic and manifestation. This week you will feel that your goals are within your reach and that you have the power to make things happen the way you want them to happen. For some of you, the Magician can be someone in your life that appears and disappears like a stage magician does, so maybe you are dealing with an on and off relationship, which can be draining and frustrating. If you are dealing with such a situation, this week you will get the chance to use your power and your magic and draw boundaries, because it's clear that boundaries are needed, and show them that you are not powerless, that you have control over the situation, because now they are more in control than you are, and that can create an imbalance. The Magician has the number 1 in major arcana, so the beginning of the week seems to be stronger, Monday, Tuesday especially, since the Magician is associated with Mercury, and Tuesday is the day of Mercury. Also, a Virgo Sun or Ascendant or a Gemini Sun or Ascendant person may play a significant role in your life this week, as the Magician is associated with both signs. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they find you charming, attractive and interesting. However, they may not trust what you see in you, and for that reason you will feel that they can be reserved at times or confusing. Maybe they have trust issues or they are intimidated by your bold and strong energy. So if you come across as too strong or too assertive, make sure to cool down a bit so that you are more approachable and less threatening. Last week's Hierophant is a more traditional approach to things, an approach that can be rather limiting at times, but this week you will feel that you want to try new things, new experiences, and to make new beginnings, as you will feel very energized and very active. For Aquarius, we had the Star and now the Hermit. With the Star last week, perhaps you felt that your life is following a divine plan and that many fated events brought you to the stage you are now. And what's interesting is that both the Star and the Hermit are guiding lights in Tarot, so this week too you will feel there is guidance and you will feel there are messages from the universe that show to the right direction. You may feel a little more introspective though, or that you prefer to be alone for a while to figure things out. That's why this week will be less social, but at the same time more enlightening, as you will be able to find a solution to a long-standing problem. The star's light is always in the distance, in the future, so you have a goal that you want to reach, but you know that you are not going to get it right away, while the Hermit's light is here and now, right in front of you. That's why the answer or the solution you seek will be revealed very soon. If you are wondering about the feelings of another, they feel deeply introspective and they need time to be alone. That means you should not try to push or instigate communications with someone who does not appear to be responsive, as that will probably make them feel pressured and you won't get the results that you want. Try again later when they will be more open and more approachable, but for now it's clear they feel like being alone and they will probably block anyone who's trying to invade their privacy. They are very picky about who they choose to be with, and trying to bring down their guard can be quite a challenge. So if you're trying for a while now to win this person and they are resisting, maybe at some point you will have to decide how much time and energy you really want to invest in this. Although this won't be a social week, it's very possible that you will connect with a wise person who will give you valuable advice. That person might be old but very young at heart, and you will know who it is by their positive aura and vibe. A 9-day period will be required for the energies of this week to fully show their potential, and since the Hermit is a slow Earth card, you have to be patient and to avoid rushing things. For Pisces, we had the Knight of Cups and now the Temperance. With the Knight of Cups last week, your focus was probably on love and relationships, and therefore you must also have seen some developments in your love life and your personal relationships. Someone may have come to you with an offer, a proposal, an invitation, and that must have caused some movements and some progress. This week with the Temperance, you will start to see things from many different angles, and that can cause some uncertainty, some anxiety, since there are aspects of a relationship that are very good, but also some other aspects that are quite difficult and you may not be able to decide what you want to do about it. And it's important at this stage not to push situations and also not to push yourself. This will be a week of preparation and of testing. If you have some ideas, some plans in your mind, try them, see what results you are bringing, and if those results are not to your liking, try something else. It seems life will give you the opportunity to experiment, not only within a particular relationship or situation, but also outside of it. So if things do not go as you want, the Temperance tells you that the situation is not deadlocked. There is plenty of room for improvement and change as long as you are willing to invest your time and energy. If you want to know how someone feels, there are mixed feelings and maybe that person's feelings reflect your own in some way. However, it seems that this person wants your relationship to work, but they may not know how to do it. So at some point you may want to work together to see how you can find common ground if you feel that there are conflicting needs and expectations. Sexual energy will be quite intense this week, and also under the energy of the Temperance, experimentation of all kinds is favored. The Temperance has a time frame of about 2 weeks, which means that the situation and the energy you will experience now will culminate in about 15 days. This week it's best that you take a step back and wait for things to unfold before you take any action. So these were the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of May 23rd to May 29th. I hope you enjoyed them and I will see you next week. Have a nice and productive week.